over time as a coach, you kind of realize that most people, after a while, they don't need like constant coaching. They need more so reminders as you coach, of course, like reminders to train for mental health, reminders to go to the gym and be consistent no matter what, reminders that there's always a way to train no matter what, reminders that you don't exactly always need a barbell, reminders that you can have like one or two quote unquote cheat meals, but you got to know what cheat meal is for every single person. Reminders that strength training is not just a physique thing, it's an emotional thing. It gets you through your days. A lot of reminders, because when time gets rough, our mind will fuck with us. And when you're surrounded by people in the average society, they're going to convince you of bullshit. A lot of people out here are fucking frauds. They're liars. They don't even know anything about training. They start speaking with so much conviction. So when someone tells you, oh yeah, it's time to take a rest day. Listen, does that guy look like he's been resting for like a decade? Does he look like he's morbidly obese with tits and no muscle mass, who's been literally resting and having a cheat meal his whole fucking life? That guy should never be speaking in terms of when he should be taking a rest day. He might pride himself and be like, well, I told you you need a rest day. With the one time he was fucking right. But 9 times out of 10, if you speak to someone who's always consistent, they're going to tell you to find a way around it. That will benefit you and you will grow. You don't always have to go hard and heavy. Just today, I'm fucking beat up. Just to give you perspective. So yesterday I had about 6,100 calories, a lot of protein, well over 230, something like that, closer to 300. You don't need, by the way, you don't need that much, but I just ate that much. I just was eating too much. I was still hungry. I woke up this morning, I was beat up. Oh my God, I was just like, the motivation wasn't there. But like I said, you both build motivation as you go through the process by waking up, getting changed, same routine, leaving the gym, getting to the gym at a certain time. To me, I had to make certain posts. And by the time I got to the gym, I was a lot more motivated, but I still wasn't like, it just wasn't there. I'm supposed to do explosive speed training today, but it wasn't there. So I pivoted. I did something fucking else. I didn't go fucking home. Okay, cool. I did like a lower weights. Instead of speed training, I just did one exercise and I fucking got a PR and I left. Now I'm here making this video. I have a lot more energy than I did when I fucking woke up. But when you're like, well, Sam, you have little sleep, you need to recover, you need to sleep. Here's the thing. Let me give you an example of like an outlier mindset, which everybody wants, that kind of like, they admire it, but when it comes to them, they have exceptions. Like, for example, just as an example, Michael Jordan, one of his best performances he's ever had, he had a flu with a massive fever. Listen to what I just said. One of his best performances he's ever had on the court, he had a massive flu and a fever. Fever. So you're sweating, you're shaking, everything's cold. How? And I said this 1,000 times. From my experience, I have that. I understand that. I don't need like, I understand what's going on. It's the discipline, the consistency that puts you in a heightened state, that puts a level of self-belief that's able to override fucking everything, even a fucking fever. I'm not saying you should do that when you're brand new, but you want to be able to build yourself up to a certain point where you're fucking unstoppable. That's why you have to use your own judgment and kind of figure it out. When I coach a lot of my clients and they have those weird curveballs, I just tell them what I would do from my experience, but they have to use their own judgment. If they want to take their own time off, that's fine. But if they slip and they're not being honest with themselves, that's where I come in. Okay, what does your heart tell you? What do you mean? I can't tell you about what you regret. You tell me what you regret. What does your conscience tell you? Was it the fact that you had too little ice cream? Was it you had too much ice cream? Was it the fact that you had ice cream at the wrong time? Me, this morning. It wasn't the fact that I had ice cream, it was the fact that I didn't drink enough water. Fuck, I woke up this morning just like fucking inflamed. But I still went to the gym, and I'm here. Woo, yeah. I feel energetic, I feel more enthusiastic. Obviously, when I was leaving the gym, I was like, fucking hell, man, that was a weird workout. We have one-offs like that, but the ability to build that discipline is what's gonna really build that savage drive and energy. A lot of people will talk about like, it's gonna lower your testosterone levels. Okay, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna reverse engineer this whole process. When you have a lot of testosterone, it builds more drive. Okay, everyone knows that. When high testosterone equals more drive. Now I'm gonna reverse it. Ready? If you're more driven, increase more testosterone. You know that saying, the chicken and egg thing? So why don't you build a life that has a lot of drive and you have a lot of testosterone, such that even on low sleep, you're able to what? Build muscle and be able to operate. People don't think that way. I do. I have a very abstract way of looking at things. I simplify things. Sam, but like training this much is unhealthy for you. Okay, if it was really unhealthy, by definition, you will go into a catabolic versus anabolic state. Anabolic means building. When you build muscle, it's in your sleep and your food. When you lose muscles is when you're stressed, and when you're working out, when you're breaking it down, like when you're really stressed. So if it's unhealthy, then I'm putting my body on too much stress. But if I'm getting strength and muscle, then it's healthy. It might not be the healthiest, but it's healthier than doing absolutely fucking nothing. I just mind fucked you because I just simplify it that way. But you guys overanalyze things, overcomplicate things. You have your own way of doing things. I just master the fundamentals and the basics and operate through life. And you guys, because you guys can't master the most simplest things and operate just through just basic principles, your life has become complicated. I just go through a very simple blueprint, and my life is pretty fucking simple. Literally, it's so simple. It's so simple that like if you even knew how I fucking live, you'd be like, what? Like I still sleep on the floor, on a sleeping bag, on a hardwood floor with no pillows, because I get better sleep. I wake up more refreshed. My posture is more aligned. That's a whole different conversation. But the whole point is you want to simplify your life with regards to your training and your regimen. If you have a simplified workout blueprint where you train 4 times a week, 3 to 4-ish, depending if you're doing martial arts, I tell my clients to be as active as possible. For what? Mental health. For the positive mental health every single fucking day. Which goes back to the initial thing about building that drive, building that Michael Jordan confidence, building that ability to override everything, to build that high level of testosterone, to build that confidence and superior self-belief. Not based off like a massive fragile ego, but based off effort, where you realize you are superior than most people on this planet based on how you conduct yourself. Your spirit is strong. Your body is strong. Your mindset is strong. That is what I try to promote. So I look for people who are either high-performing athletes. They don't need this fucking convincing. They get it. But they just need the right blueprint. Or the rock bottoms. Like the bottom of the bottom. The bottom of the pit. Drug addicts, morbidly obese, fucking weak, abused, beat up, bullied. Give me those. Or old like divorced females, out of shape females, just self-image issues. Give me those. Or just like they're tired, they're doing something wrong. Because these people will fully commit. To them, like they're broke as shit, but like $100 is 1,000. It's like 100,000. So anything you tell them, they're just like okay, and they'll commit. The worst is the middle. So like. And I realized from my service is called strongerfaster.ca, or Stronger Faster. So stronger is one thing, growing stronger is one thing. Growing stronger faster means you're a cream of the crop. One of my favorite quotes, which basically describes my whole service as a whole, I'm going to kind of butcher it, but the principle still applies. It's by some Greek philosopher or general. I'm not sure exactly who it is. I think his name is Hercules. I don't fucking know. One of those fucking Greek Hercules Maximus names. He's like, if you have 100 people in the battle, like 60 of them are just basically pawns. They were there to basically be just, die. 30 of them were fighters, right? So they were there. They actually put a good fight. 9 of them, they're like the elite fighters. They're elite. You need them. They're phenomenal athletes. You can tell on the court, basically how I'm describing. But there's always one. 1 out of every 100. That motherfucker, if it wasn't for him, he will bring everybody back. It doesn't matter of the circumstance. It doesn't matter what's thrown at him. It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, hail, flu, sick. Not only will he fucking show up and grow in any fucking circumstance, he will rise everyone else above him. That level of responsibility, which means he has to conduct himself in such a manner that not only is he an inspiration to his own self, he is inspired by his own actions. His self-belief, his self-talk is completely savage. But everyone else around him is just, there's another level. That's how I operate. That's the mindset I try to apply. Every single one of my clients who go through a transformation, and it's always mostly the females. I'm really good with out-of-shape females and divorced too. Once they start training, everyone else around them wants to fucking know what the fuck they're doing. They start jumping on board. They're inspired, just based on they conduct themselves and their energy. It's that fucking simple. Because when I give a very simple blueprint, but I apply my way of thinking every single day, that's what's the most important thing. People, I just need a workout blueprint. Yeah, but it's not just a workout blueprint, because when you go through a workout structure in a certain manner, like imagine you have a workout blueprint, but you only have 20 minutes to train, and you have little sleep. How do you operate? What do you do? That's where I come in. I discuss it. And then you have low budget. Or maybe you don't have enough protein. It changes everything. I can throw one variable and it throws everything off. You want to lose body fat, but there's only pizza you can eat. What do you do? Is it right or wrong? You see, it really depends. How much you eat beforehand? Are you eating at night? Are you eating in the day? Can it wait till tomorrow morning? How hard are you going to train? If it's training really hard, you might need it. But if you're getting low sleep, I don't know. If you just have protein, just have the protein, have carbohydrates the next day, because it's going to fuck with your sleep. These are all little things that as you go through the process, you learn through wisdom. A lot of people, based on applying, you'll gain a lot of wisdom. But because I come in, I just filter all that bullshit out and they feel it. My clients go through the process and get the answers by going through the blueprint. Within 3 to 6 months, they understand how to apply it with the right mindset. Why? Because nobody will go through this with everything going perfect. I've had people lose $1 million for the company per month. Like they did a mistake, now they're fucked. I've had divorces, suicidal parents, abusive people, addictions. It's just the curveballs. Rent, buying a house, like having kids. There's always a random curveball that's gonna throw a family member going to jail, doing a $500,000 bond. Like, come on, like this is life. So who thinks they're gonna get through a month without perfect? Like people who are like that are delusional. They're just looking for a way out. So you want to have the mindset where you can train any place, any time, gym, home, office, or outside, and be able to be consistent. You can put me in jail, so I know exactly what to do to put myself in positive mental attitude, to put myself in a heightened state that I'm growing stronger as an individual, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You can see just push-ups. You can do jump squats, jumping lunges, lateral lunges, upside down hand push-ups. You can't do upside down push-ups. Put yourself in an angle. There's a lot of ways you can do it. Even like that's the thing, and that's what I try to educate with all people. When I implement people, my clients are around me. These are people with the lowest self-confidence, self-esteem, but they just had that call from above, and I just filtered all that thing out. I basically act like a filter. More so, I don't just give them a good plan. I mainly filter out all the bullshit. I'm like, just let's simplify everything. I simplified for them. They stick to the simple blueprint and apply it through their life and their lifestyle, and I coach them through it. And I just make sure they get through their own curveballs, how to deal with people who are jealous, envious, bad co-workers, shitty bosses, not enough time to work out, too far away. It's like I said, financial issues. I coach them through it. What do you do when you only have $10 a month for food and you have to get like 4,000 calories a day? Like I coach them through it. There's a way. You don't have time to cook? There's a fucking way. I've done it in every circumstance. I worked in corporate world, I'd be broke as shit. There's always a fucking way. Do you see what I'm saying? There's always a way. That's my self-talk. All right, people, just a bit of inspiration, motivation, not much irritation. I didn't decide to shit talk today, but just to give you an idea in terms of like how to operate, how to think, just a friendly reminder in terms of there's always a way, always. Stay strong. I'm out. Love you.